Then, now, forever, together.
Welcome to San Jose, California, and welcome to Friday Night SmackDown, where we are opening up with a bit of a friendly battle, something which we don't see too often here in the WWE. See, we had a little situation where Carmelo Hayes was under the wing of The Miz. The Miz was really his mentor. They tried tag teaming, but honestly, it really wasn't working out for Carmelo Hayes. He had his one match without The Miz. It was a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Carmelo Hayes was successful in qualifying, and since then he said, you know what, I think I can do this on my own, so Miz, thank you for everything, but I gotta go. And The Miz said, fine, let's have one match between me and you just to see if you truly are ready to spread your own wings out. Miz apparently has taught him a lot. I'm not sure if that's going to replicate onto his career. Carmelo Hayes was already great without The Miz. But nevertheless, of course, The Miz is going to try to take some credit for that. So as we open up this first match of the night, we have The Miz against Carmelo Hayes. A little friendly battle. The Miz just trying to see if the student is ready to become a master, ready to, go on his own path. And Carmelo Hayes, this is a good way to prove that he's ready to break away from The Miz. Who will be able to get the victory here tonight? Will it be the mentor, the teacher? Or will it be the student in Carmelo Hayes, the number one draft pick of just a couple years ago, if I'm correct? So, I don't know. I think personally he never needed the help of The Miz. Maybe a couple tips here and there, but never necessarily having to go under his wing the way he did. I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that he realized he doesn't need The Miz right there by his side every moment of his life. Sure, he's your buddy now. You can call on him whenever you need, but it's time for Carmelo Hayes to really start, making an impact here on the main roster. To be honest, he hasn't done much since making it to the main roster. Obviously, he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But apart from that, if I'm correct, he hasn't had any gold. So hopefully the separation from The Miz allows him to start aiming for, the IC title, the United States title. Maybe he jumps straight to the very top and goes for a world title. We'll have to see. As we begin this match, we have the mentor, The Miz, Awesome, facing off against Carmelo Hayes, the student looking to spread his wings and go out on his own, as The Miz is looking for the pinfall. One, but a quick kick out from Carmelo Hayes, as The Miz now with a big kick onto the back of Carmelo Hayes, now picking him up. The Miz looking to use his experience, his knowledge, his IQ throughout all the years, everything that he has gained to use against Carmelo Hayes. As look at The Miz. Oh, Carmelo Hayes able to counter. Very good job right there from Carmelo Hayes. However, not able to take full advantage of it, as The Miz quickly looking for the pinfall. One. Kick out at one from Carmelo Hayes, as The Miz now looking to climb the middle ropes. What is he looking to do here? And he misses his double axe handle, which now allows Carmelo Hayes to potentially get on the attack. A little spinneroonie on top of The Miz, and a big right fist to finish that off. Carmelo Hayes finally able to get on the attack as he now looks for the pinfall. Can he get the victory? Nice and early. Kick out at two from The Miz. Carmelo Hayes, though, is not going to allow The Miz to start gaining some advantages. Carmelo Hayes with a big splash onto The Miz, now climbing the top ropes. He wants to fly once again. He's looking. Oh, he decides, never mind. And now all that hesitation may have just cost him huge clothesline by The Miz. And now The Miz... Oh, The Miz has been caught and slammed down by Carmelo Hayes with a huge powerbomb. And now another splash from Carmelo Hayes. I thought that hesitation was going to cost him. But Carmelo Hayes is on a roll as he looks for the pinfall. Can he get the victory too? But a kick out at 2 from The Miz, who had that little clothesline. But apart from that, Carmelo Hayes, once he got a little bit of control, he's been focusing on it being all about him. And oh, Diamond Cutter from The Miz as he now looks to get into control. Talking some smack, maybe, I'm not sure what he's saying right there to Carmelo Hayes. But I do know that The Miz could put this match away right here with this DDT. Is The Miz going to be able to beat Carmelo Hayes as he looks for the pinfall? 1, 2. But a kick out at 2 from Carmelo Hayes as this match continues. The Miz continues his attack, looking to pick up Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo able to counter, able to move out of the way of The Miz. And now we have some back and forth action. As a good friend of mine says, we have a hockey fight breaking up right here. The Miz, Carmelo Hayes going it all out in our opening match here tonight. And still a lot to come. A little title match in our main event. We can talk about that a little later as we move on through the night, as we continue focusing on this match. The Miz with a big boot now looking for the pinfall. 1, 2. But a kick out at 2 from Carmelo Hayes. This match continues. The Miz really starting to let go, letting all of his punches land fully, and now he may be able to get the victory. No, Carmelo Hayes able to kick out again. As I was saying, though, The Miz definitely not holding back on his punches anymore. He's realizing Carmelo Hayes can handle his big punches. And Carmelo Hayes sure has been able to prove that he is ready. He has been able to kick out of everything The Miz has to throw at him. Carmelo Hayes has also been able to stun and absolutely control over The Miz after a huge crossbody. Continuing to prove that he is ready to spread his wings. He is ready to go on his own journey without The Miz. Thank you for the knowledge, thank you for the tips, but it is his time to shine. As Carmelo Hayes now sends The Miz into the turnbuckle. What is Carmelo Hayes looking to do? Picking up The Miz and slamming him down. Now Carmelo Hayes climbing the top ropes. The Miz rolls away, but Carmelo Hayes still with a huge elbow drop, now looking for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, Carmelo Hayes has been able to beat his ex-mentor, The Miz. And now Carmelo is ready to spread his wings, separate from The Miz, and start influencing himself in this new journey. He has closed the door on this chapter. A new one opens. What is next for Carmelo Hayes? Now, real quick, I do want to say I said something about a championship match. Apparently, that has been wrong on my part. Apparently, we never had a championship match, so my apologies. But right now, we have the Viper. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Well, sadly, once again, like WrestleMania, it doesn't seem like I'll have an opponent for SummerSlam. So, I've spoken to both the Raw and SmackDown GM, and because I'm Randy Orton, because I've already had so much amazingness here in the WWE, they want me at SummerSlam. They have given me the opportunity to host another open challenge, just like I did at WrestleMania. So here I am calling out everyone in the men's roster, both Raw and SmackDown, at SummerSlam. If you want a match, I'll be there hosting the open challenge. But just know, I won't be going easy. Well, it looks like someone has an instant response. Let's go ahead and hear Damian Priest out. Randy, you want to host an open challenge? Well, I won't give you that satisfaction of a surprise. I'm here to tell you that I accept your open challenge, and I'm ready for it to be me against you at SummerSlam. So Randy, best know I won't be going easy, and I will beat you at SummerSlam. Whoa, slow your horses, Damian Priest. You think you can just come up here and ruin the surprise of an open challenge? An open challenge is supposed to be a mystery. You don't know who you face. You just ruined that. So if you want to face me at SummerSlam, then next week you must beat me in a one-on-one match. But if I beat you, then I'll keep my open challenge for SummerSlam. It's gonna be a mystery, and it sure won't be you. Well, things heating up between Damian Priest and Randy Orton, as we had Randy come out here and basically let everyone in the men's roster know that he was hosting an open challenge for SummerSlam. Damian Priest said, hey, doesn't have to be an open challenge, it can just be me. But Damian Priest, well, he should have approached the Viper, a future Hall of Famer, Randy Orton, in a very different style. Because now he's created a bit of an enemy. And next week, Randy Orton and Damian Priest go face-to-face. Go one-on-one if Damian Priest is able to beat Randy Orton, then they face off against each other at SummerSlam. However, if Randy Orton is able to come out on top, then at SummerSlam, Randy will still host his open challenge. That to come next week as things are spicing up and tensions growing between both of those superstars. But we focus on to our next match as we have the former United States Champion Zelina Vega, who, well, as you guys know, I talked about a title match earlier today and then realized that got scrapped because Zelina Vega was going to have her rematch tonight. However, she said, no, I want a couple of matches. I want to make sure I'm ready to beat Dakota Kai. She beat me the first time we faced. I want to be ready for when we face the second time. And I mean, good for her. She realizes she may not be fully prepared to beat Dakota Kai. So therefore, she faces off against Candice LeRae here tonight as she looks to gain a little bit more experience, a little bit more confidence before that rematch. And we'll have to see when they end up rescheduling it for. But for now, we have Zelina Vega against Candice LeRae. And what a victory it could be for Candice LeRae if she's able to be a former United States champion. That could definitely put her up there to her herself earn a title match in the near future. But enough talk about the future. Let's go ahead and focus on the now as we have Zelina Vega, Candice LeRae going one-on-one and nice and early. It was Candice LeRae who was going for the opening shots. However, Zelina Vega very quickly able to counter. As now some big stomps onto Candice LeRae. Zelina Vega quickly climbing the middle ropes. Huge double axe handle as Zelina Vega taking control of the match nice and early. Trying to show a different side of hers. She wants to make sure that when this rematch comes, she is able to beat Dakota Kai and able to regain her United States Championship and become Candice LeRae able to move out of the way of that big splash. Big damage done to Zelina Vega right there. As I was saying, Zelina Vega wants to make sure that she can earn her title back and become the first female superstar to become a two-time Women's United States Champion. Obviously, we had Chelsea Green, the inaugural champion. We had Zelina Vega, and just recently, Dakota Kai able to beat Zelina Vega. So, if Zelina can win, then she can become the first two-time champ for the United States Championship as a big splash. Zelina Vega looking for the pinfall, two. But a kick out at two from Candice LeRae as this match continues. But we can't, throw everyone else and just focus on Zelina Vega. Obviously, Chelsea Green has still been trying to earn her way back to a title shot, as her and then the whole Green regime have been dealing with Julia, a newcomer from NXT. Julia herself trying to get past the Secret Herbis and Chelsea Green in order to move up the rankings and her herself earn a title shot. Candice LeRae, Michin, B-Fab, there are superstars everywhere who want title opportunities. And we'll have to see who is able to earn a title opportunity. As at the moment, it is still all Zelina Vega who has been able to take full control out of this match. And while Candice LeRae is trying to squeeze her way back into this match with some back and forth action, it has been all Zelina Vega who has been 2 steps ahead of Candice LeRae. Too fast, has just been on top of her game here tonight, and a big kick drops Candice LeRae, and now Zelina Vega is charging up the finish as she looks to end this match once and for all. Candice LeRae not even able to fight back as Zelina Vega gets the victory here tonight. And hopefully this gives her a big confidence boost to hopefully in the next couple of weeks have that rematch and potentially become a 2-time Women's United States Champion. Congratulations to Zelina Vega. And now, what is going on? I thought we were going to cut to our next match, but apparently not. We have some backstage brawl going on as Uncle Howdy, Joe Gacy are attacking the last real champion, John Cena, and John Cena trying to fight back. However, Uncle Howdy with the steel chair knocking John Cena back down. Are these the friends that R-Truth had talked about? R-Truth gave John Cena all the way up till SummerSlam to change back onto his old ways. John Cena said no, and R-Truth said that he would send his friends in order to send his message through. A low blow to Uncle Howdy from John Cena, but now John Cena, bottom first onto the pointy part of the cone. A big attack from Uncle Howdy and Joe Gacy onto John Cena. Definitely sending their message through. These must be the friends of R-Truth. And well, we were supposed to jump straight into this next match, but wow, instead we saw Uncle Howdy and Joe Gacy attacking the last real champion, John Cena, ahead of his battle against Seth freaking Rollins at SummerSlam for the WWE Undisputed Championship. I mean, R-Truth gave him the warning. He didn't want to listen. And I guess now he had to deal with the consequences. That has to only be the beginning of their story. Uncle Howdy, the Wyatt Six, apparently are friends with R-Truth. I mean, R-Truth, if you aren't scared of them, then good for you. But anyhow, we focus on our next match. We were speaking about her just moments ago. The United States Champion was supposed to have her match tonight against Zelina Vega. That got scrapped. So instead tonight, in a non-title match, she faces off against Indy Hartwell. And this is a big opportunity for Indy. Not only does she get to demonstrate her talents and her skills against a champion, if she is able to win here tonight, then that is an instant title match for her in the future. Will Indy Hartwell be able to pull off a huge upset and beat the Women's United States Champion, Dakota Kai? Or will it be the fan favorite, the Women's United States Champion, who comes out on top? Now, let me remind you, well, in fact, let me let you guys know for the first time tonight, in our main event, we have the Motor City Machine Guns against the Re-Evolution, as Seth Rollins has accepted CM Punk's match, and it will be Roman Reigns and CM Punk against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Tag team match at SummerSlam, where if Roman Reigns and CM Punk win, then they are able to get a match against Seth Rollins. So in our main event, it'll be Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker preparing and trying to get that chemistry as a tag team against the Motor City Machine Guns as Dakota Kai quickly looking for the pinfall. 2. Almost got the quick victory, but a kick out at 2 from Indy Hartwell as this match continues. But maybe we're going to see a very similar match to what we saw with Zelina Vega and Candice LeRae. A story of one superstar dominating the whole time and the other one just trying to kick out without having much, action go the other way. At the moment, it seems like that's what's going to happen as Dakota Kai with a big boot onto Indy Hartwell, not allowing her to get on the attack. Instead, it's Dakota Kai now with a big splash onto Indy Hartwell, looking for the pinfall. 2 and almost 3, but Indy Hartwell able to kick out at the very last second. However, Dakota Kai probably frustrated that her title match got canceled tonight, not giving up for a moment. She was continuing her attack, but finally it is Indy Hartwell who is able to get on the attack and deal some damage the other way onto Dakota Kai. However, maybe not for long, as Dakota Kai wants to put an end to this match nice and early. Can Dakota Kai get the victory as she charges up the finish, looking to put Indy Hartwell away nice and early into this match? Is Indy Hartwell going to be able to kick out of this? Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, and a nice quick victory for the Women's United States Champion, Dakota Kai. Congratulations. She may have not had her title match, but nevertheless, she is successful here in her match against Indy Hartwell. She is a champion for a reason, and she proved it to us here tonight. And look what we have next. The Women's WWE Champion, Tiffany Stratton. Let's go ahead and hear her out.
At SummerSlam, I will go up against Bianca Belair. She calls herself the EST of the WWE. However, at SummerSlam, she most definitely won't be the best or the strongest or anything with EST. At SummerSlam, she is going to be the SER. And that's because she's going to be the loser. I will retain my title, and I will go on to prove I'm the greatest in this division.
Well, a little bit of smack talking from Tiffany Stratton, letting Bianca Belair know, letting the WWE Universe know that she has no plans of losing her title. And at SummerSlam, she plans to retain and make Bianca Belair the loser. She wants to keep that title at SummerSlam. Will she be able to do so? That's going to be a fantastic match as things continue to heat up for the biggest party of the summer. But for now, we focus on to our next match of the night. We have Big Jimmy Uso, as he looks to move up the rankings, and he faces off against someone who has taken a lot of losses so far this year. I mean, he has faced, legends and future legends, but still has not been looking too good for him as Big Jimmy Uso faces off against the leader of El Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar. We'll see how it goes. Can Jimmy Uso get that victory and continue to move up the rankings? Or will Santos Escobar finally get that much needed victory? We'll have to see, as Jimmy Uso is now inside of the ring. And now coming up next, his opponent, the leader, the main jefe of El Legado del Fantasma, accompanied by Electro Lopez Angel Humberto, none other than Santos Escobar. Can he get the victory? He has taken many losses to the likes of Rey Fenix and Rey Mysterio, a couple others here and there. Can tonight be the night where he switches everything around for him, for his career, and for El Legado del Fantasma? Can he get the victory here tonight, or will it be another disappointment, another loss for Santos Escobar, as he faces a big name in Jimmy Uso, who is looking to once again, like I mentioned, move up the rankings, whether that's for the United States Championship, the WWE Undisputed Championship. We'll have to see, but talking about the championships, John Cena, the champion, the holder of the Undisputed WWE Championship, was attacked earlier tonight, and it has been announced that next week, Uncle Howdy Joe Gacy face off against John Cena in a handicap match, which is, it's gonna be interesting. Don't get me wrong, John Cena is great. He is my GOAT. However, in a 2v1, especially against the likes of Uncle Howdy and Joe Gacy, things are gonna be difficult for the undisputed WWE champion. That's to come next week as Jimmy Uso, Santos Escobar get this match started for us. A great battle to see who moves up the rankings pretty much, but also just to see who's the best between these two. These guys do not face off against too often. In fact, it may be the first time in either a very long time or just ever, as Santos Escobar was looking for the pinfall, but a very quick kick out from Jimmy Uso. As now Santos Escobar trying to pick up Jimmy Uso, not successful in doing so. And now Jimmy Uso getting countered, however, as Santos Escobar potentially looking to fly right there. Jimmy Uso hopping back into the ring nice and quickly though, as Santos Escobar looking for the pinfall once again, but a very, very quick kick out from Jimmy Uso. But now we have some back and forth action. Jimmy Uso, Santos Escobar going back and forth, releasing everything they have into this little hockey fight. Who will come out on top here tonight? At the moment, it is Santos Escobar, as once again he looks for the pinfall. But a kick out at one. This match continues. Santos Escobar continuing to try with those pinfalls. However, Jimmy Uso still has a lot left in the tank. He's very easily able to kick out of everything that Santos Escobar has thrown at him so far. Big clothesline by Santos Escobar as he now climbs the top ropes. He's looking to fly, and a big frog splash onto Jimmy Uso. Another pinfall too, but a kick out at two. Santos Escobar is honestly dominating at the moment. Maybe not for long, as Jimmy Uso now looking for the pinfall. 1, 2. Kick out at two. Now Jimmy Uso's being pinned too. Kick out at two. Switcheroo as Santos Escobar kick out at two. And now Jimmy kick out at one. Now Santos Escobar kick out at one as Angel removes the padding off the turnbuckle. Referee quickly notices as Jimmy attacking the eyes of Santos Escobar. Some intriguing ways of attacking your opponent. But if you gotta win at all costs, you gotta do what you gotta do. As Jimmy Uso may be able to put this match away with a big spear. Is this enough to put Santos Escobar away? No! Santos able to kick out at the very last second as this match continues. We are not finished here. This match is still going. Somehow, Santos Escobar has been able to kick out at the very last second, has been able to kick out at two. However, it may not suit him as, oh, maybe not. No, he's setting me up nice and quickly. Now Santos Escobar may be able to win the match. He may be able to pin Big Jim pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, but a kick out at two from Jimmy Uso. I was about to say, it may not be in the favor of Santos Escobar to kick out. He's only going to be met by more attack and more damage from Jimmy Uso. But he shut me down real quick, as instead it is Santos Escobar who is on the attack. Once again looking for the pinfall. Very quick kick out from Jimmy Uso as this match keeps rolling on. Now Jimmy Uso able to counter. Me personally, I think we should have already had a winner with that spear from Jimmy Uso. And then that finisher counter, or whatever you want to call it, from Santos Escobar. But no, these two continue battling, continue fighting, as Santos Escobar's face has just been cracked. And another big kick. This may be enough to put Santos Escobar away. Yes, it is. Jimmy Uso, while Angel Alberto and even Elektra try to get involved in the last couple of minutes, seconds of that match, they were not able to do enough in order to prevent Big Jim from getting the victory. And tonight, Santos Escobar loses again. Jimmy Uso, though, moves up the rankings and gets another victory into his resume and under his belt. Very good for Jimmy Uso as we continue moving forward. It is about to be time for our main event. Not yet, but almost. Do not forget, in our main event, we have the Motor City Machine Guns facing off against the Revolutionaries' very own in Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. We're at SummerSlam. They'll face off against CM Punk and Roman Reigns in a huge match. But for now, we move on to some triple threat action. We have Dr. Wagner Jr. looking to get the victory here tonight. However, his opponents will definitely not allow him to win that easily. We have a triple threat match. All three of these superstars were looking to get a match here tonight. And instead of trying to, look at different directions, bring other people in, create three separate matches for them, how about we shove all three together and have them brawl it out as Dr. Wagner Jr. faces off against Drago, the second superstar coming out. Two great luchadors. Who's gonna come out on top? Will it be between these two or the third superstar? This third superstar was able to make his debut on a PLE. Well, not his main roster debut, but he was able to just appear on a PLE for the first time ever. A main roster PLE at Money in the Bank. None other than All Ego Ethan Page. He faced off against Joe Henry for the TNA World Championship. And while he wasn't successful in winning the match, he definitely showed the WWE Universe everything that he has to offer. And tonight, he goes one-on-one. Well, he goes into a triple threat match against two great luchadors, the likes of Drago, the man who made his debut at Clash at the Castle, and also Dr. Wagner Jr., one of the post-Clash at the Castle roster shakeups. And by the way, this man Drago, on his debut, no one liked him. Personally, I have to say, no one liked him. I mean, you show up with Santos Escobar, Legado del Fantasma, cheating scumbags. On your debut, you're on their side helping them. Not a good look. You eat the pin, you lose. People are very happy that Team Rey Fenix, Team Rey Mysterio won. But then after that, hey, that was it. It looked like Drago simply used El Legado del Fantasma as a ticket into the WWE, and ever since that, he has not associated himself with El Legado del Fantasma, and ever since that, the fans have been loving it as now the second superstar inside of the ring, and now the third and final one of this triple threat match, none other than All Ego Ethan Page. He dominated NXT, now looking to dominate SmackDown, looking to dominate the main roster. But in his way, Dr. Wagner Jr., Drago, who will be able to get the victory here tonight. And coming up, we have a lot of great PLEs. Obviously, as we've been preparing, as everything has been heating up and hyping up, we have SummerSlam, NXT No Mercy, as well as a big announcement right here. For the first time in over 5 or 6 years, the all-women's PLE Evolution is coming back. So be prepared, because evolution means you go from the past to the present to the future. So be prepared to see old faces, new faces, and some of the biggest stars of our current time as Evolution comes back for the second time ever. Big matches, all women's PLE. We'll see just who shows up and what type of matches we can get. As we begin this match, we start focusing as Drago and Dr. Wagner Jr. nice and early, getting their attack started. On the other hand, it is All Ego Ethan Page taking things slowly. He went for the steel chair instead of going straight into the attack. Very smart, as this allows him to injure his opponents nice and early. Drago trying to follow in those footsteps as he grabs a kendo stick. However, does not even get the opportunity to use it. Instead, it is All Ego Ethan Page who uses it on Drago himself. And now on Dr. Wagner Jr., who quickly gets up, now looking for a big smack. However, All Ego Ethan Page may be able to put this match away nice and early as he looks for the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2. I also want to go ahead and make another announcement before I end up forgetting. This upcoming Monday Night Raw, in order to prepare for the big SummerSlam match, CM Punk, Roman Reigns are going to be tagging together. While we still do not know their opponents as of right now, maybe by this weekend, or hopefully by the main event, we are able to find out who faces off against the team of CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I mean, you can throw in the New Day, the War Raiders, Fraxium, while they... Oh, hold on. Pinfall. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 from Ethan Page. However, those 3 teams have their match at SummerSlam. So maybe you look at the Authors of Pain, Alpha Academy, even the team of AJ Styles and Omos. I'm not sure if they're a tag team, but they're certainly working together. There are a lot of options. You even have a Lost Souls in Shinsuke Nakamura, Eric Rowan. A lot of options at the moment. We still don't know who their opponents will be, but big news as Roman Reigns and CM Punk looking to build a little bit more chemistry right before their SummerSlam match. Will be tagging together next week on Monday Night Raw as Drago sends a freaking sledgehammer flying onto Dr. Wagner Jr. However, quickly counter now. Dr. Wagner, he could have pulled off the victory, but instead he's headed for that kendo stick. Now knocked down by All Ego Ethan Page, who quickly folded like an omelet by Dr. Wagner Jr. as Drago slowly gets up a little stumbly, which is allowing All Ego Ethan Page to look for the finish. Can he look for the pinfall? No, Drago is right there instantly, and now maybe able to put Ethan Page away. He can steal either pin. I think he could pin both of them by either sides. No pin. At least not now. Instead attacking both of his opponents with the kendo stick. Now Drago looking to pick up Dr. Wagner Jr. as Ethan Page, a bleeding Ethan Page, rolls outside the ring. Drago trying to put an end to this match once and for all. It has been a short but very action-packed match as Drago may be able to get the victory. Ethan Page, can he break the count? He's looking to jump, but no, he is too slow, and the referee is able to count to 3. Drago is able to pin Dr. Wagner Jr., and he is able to get the victory here tonight. And as we finish this match off now, it's time for the main event of the night. We have the Motor City Machine Guns taking on the Re-Evolution. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, here in our main event of the night. Introducing first, we have Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns, former WWE Tag Team Champions. A very good test for Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. If they are able to get the victory here tonight, then they can definitely have that confidence of knowing if they can beat a former WWE Tag Team Champions, then they have a decent chance up against Roman and CM Punk. As we have the Motor City Machine Guns now inside of the ring. Coming up next, their opponents, we have none other than the Re-Evolution, accompanied by the Oracle, Paul Heyman, and Seth freaking Rollins. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, the Re-Evolution, here in our main event, ready to face off against the Motor City Machine Guns. Who will be able to get the victory here tonight? It's tough, especially if you're trying to bet. See, you have two great single superstars in Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. But just because they're good in their singles action, does that mean you can slap them together and make them a great tag team? So, pizza's great. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are great, but does that mean if you mix them, they're going to be great? No. And then on the other hand, you have a well-established, very experienced tag team. However, they have not faced the likes of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, which means right now they are blind when it comes to truly knowing their opponents. They can study, they can watch film, but nothing prepares you like the actual match. So we'll see how it goes as this match begins. It is Alex Shelley and Bronson Reed who get the match started for us. Obviously, the Re-Evolution have those numbers game. Even if Paul Heyman isn't there attacking physically, he can definitely play those mental games. And on the other hand, Seth freaking Rollins, not only can he play those physical games, he can 110% play those mental games as well. As Bronson Reed was looking to fly. However, instead he quickly drops down. A bit of hesitation allows Alex Shelley to get on the attack. Now Bronson Reed, very confident ever since joining the Re-Evolution. He has been undefeated ever since. Can he keep that? Oh, attacking Chris Sabin on the outside of the ring. On the other hand, Braun Breaker, he has been able to get some big victories against the likes of CM Punk and Roman Reigns, but he has also taken a loss to Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle. So, definitely a big confidence booster and even like a skill booster when it comes to joining this. But is that going to be enough to not only get the victory here tonight, but in order to get the victory at SummerSlam? It is going to be a big match, two big opponents. But the same way that I was talking about Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, can you stick two great, go-debated superstars and hope that they end up working together? I understand they have more experience, they had more time in ring action, so it may give them that advantage, but still, can you just stick two stars and make them great? we'll have to see as Braun Breaker looking for the pinfall quick kickouts. And we can get as a quick glimpse next week. As once again on Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns, CM Punk will tag together. The opponents have still not been named, but hey, they will be there. They will be tagging. And they will be looking to prepare for Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. As at the moment, it is the Re-Evolution who are taking full control of this match. Alex Shelley trying to get back into this match, but still not looking too sharp from the Motor City Machine Guns. They have seen the step too slow. Almost like since they don't know what Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are going to do, they're so unpredictable. It's almost preventing them from really getting on the attack, instead just taking big damage. As big damage being done right in front of our eyes. Braun Breaker not holding back on Alex Shelley, not holding back on Chris Sabin. As now Braun Breaker looks to send Alex Shelley off from side to side. Braun Breaker is charged up and ready. He tags in Bronson Reed. Alex Shelley has not been able to tag in his partner Chris Sabin, which means he is taking a lot of damage at the moment. As Bronson Reed, though, countered in a reverse DDT. Alex Shelley now may be able to get the victory as he looks for the pinfall. No. Very quick kick out from Bronson Reed. Got our hopes up for a second. Alex Shelley did. But, well, Bronson Reed proving he's going to need a lot more done to him physically, mentally, emotionally, before he stays down for those 3 seconds. As finally Chris Sabin able to be tagged in. However, very quickly Bronson Reed able to counter a big DDT. Now some big stomps, and Alex Shelley protecting himself very smartly right there, doing some damage onto Bronson Reed. Instead is now Chris Sabin sent into the corner, and I believe that, oh yes, the padding off the turnbuckle is gone. However, Chris Sabin was able to stop himself somehow. I wasn't able to see. Braun Breaker was in my way, but it didn't look like he took any damage. Instead, it was Bronson Reed, but now he gets that. I may have just jinxed him. As Bronson Reed tags in Braun Breaker, Chris Sabin rolls out. Quick little breath-catching. Well, not action. I was going to say breath-catching action. Oh, here's some action as Braun Breaker with a huge spear. To Chris Sabin. Now dropping Alex Shelley. And he is free for the pinfall. Is this enough to get the victory? Yes, it is. A Re-Evolution have won the match. A huge spear by Braun Breaker. Big damage from Bronson Reed and some help from Paul Heyman gives the Re-Evolution the victory. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you on Monday Night Raw. Thank you, everybody. And congratulations to the Re-Evolution, who were able to get the victory against the Motor City Machine Guns here tonight.